Hey everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. Wow, really phone? Really? Hey everybody, my name is Lamry Theresa and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'll be talking about 6 ways that you can increase your chances of making the highest score possible on your upcoming exam. Alright, so tip number 1 is to take care of yourself. Okay. Studying can be physically, mentally, and emotionally draining. And if you go into a study session without taking care of yourself, eating the right kinds of food, exercising, getting enough sleep, well, then you're not going to be as effective in studying for the information as you had hoped. Quite often, you will just stare at your notes. Some of the information probably would be harder to connect because you're not mentally focused, or you're emotionally drained from something that hasn't been resolved, or you're physically tired because you didn't get enough sleep. So it's best to go into a study session where you satisfied all of those things for you first, and then you go into a study. My second study tip is to get organized. So say for instance it's a Monday and you have an assignment due Wednesday, Friday, and one assignment and a quiz the following week. In order to best prepare for all of these different assignments, quizzes, and classes, it's best to organize them in such a way where you can put them in a calendar and write down their due dates so you can see how much time you can dedicate to one specific subject before you have to move on to the next one. It's best to be organized in the front end versus having everything pile up on top of you throughout the semester and trying to get organized on the back end. So my third study tip is to preview, pre-read, and prepare. And what I mean by this, preview the lesson objectives. Oftentimes in every course there are lesson objectives, and these lesson objectives are essential for you to understand what you'll be learning throughout that course. That's why they're there. It's like a roadmap of what you're going to tackle in this lesson or in this topic. After you preview the lesson objectives, pre-read through all of the assigned readings that your professor gives you, whether that's PowerPoints, assigned readings, scholarly articles, anything that the professor says, this is important, please read this before class, or this is required reading, definitely pre-read over that content. All of the titles, the subtitles, the bolded vocab words, those are good indicators of what you'll be tackling for that course. So after you pre-read, read through the content one more time, and this time take the outline that you created from the lesson objectives and start filling in some of that information. Right now it's more of a general type of note taking. You don't want to get too detailed because you don't want to take down notes that you're not going to cover in class. However, you do want to expose yourself to the content so you know what the professor will be covering before class starts. So in your preparation and making these general notes, just go back through the assigned readings, jot down a couple of questions that you might have, or jot down some things that kind of stick out to you so that you'll be prepared for when you go to the lectures. Tip number 4 is to attend your lectures. I'm in an online program, and the way I attend lectures, watch the pre-recorded lectures online. But some of my classmates who are in person, they actually go on campus and they attend the lectures. I highly recommend to attend the lectures as much as humanly possible. That way you can maximize the amount of information you get from your professor. During lectures, professors tend to tell you the specific details of what will be on your quiz or on your test, or certain things that you definitely need to know. So it's very important that you go to lectures, and in those notes that you made preparing for the lecture, you'll be able to add more details to them and highlight certain things that your professor emphasizes, and you'll be able to disregard things that your professor does not necessarily emphasize. So it's after the lecture, and now you're looking at all of your notes and you're like, what the heck do I do now? Well, this is quote unquote the fun part. Find a study technique or study strategy that works best for you. Some people are heavy Anki deck users. Some people solely draw every single diagram and they study that way. Some people thrive on outlines alone. Some people do it all. So at the end of the day, you just got to do what works for you. But this is the time where you would do that. After you have pre-read and prepared with your notes and you attended the lectures and you have a better understanding of what the professor is going to question you over, now is the time where you make those study strategies or you implement those study tools to best help you learn the information. And for my final tip is for you to do practice questions over and over and over again. Practice, practice, practice. I can't say that enough. Practice questions. Constantly do practice questions. Give yourself practice quizzes. Give yourself practice tests. The best way that you will know if you understand the information is to do a practice test. That way, you'll be able to see where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are, and you'll have time, if you prepared it ahead of time, if you're staying organized, you'll be able to go back and review the concepts that you're weak at and get stronger at those weaker concepts. You can test yourself again. You can use practice questions in the back of the book. You can use practice questions at the end of the chapter. You can make your own practice questions. You can get practice questions from alumni. Just do the practice questions as much as possible. You don't want to find out that you are weak in a specific area on the day of the test. That's why you do practice questions before the test. And after all of that, if you still feel like you are not prepared for the exam, or say for instance you did all these things and you're still struggling to perform well in class, I would suggest go getting a tutor. And quite honestly, they're free. They are free and they are provided by the Center of Academic Performance. Every campus has one. If you're in middle school or high school, definitely ask your teachers if they have tutoring hours. But it just really, you just may need some more help in understanding the concept. You may need somebody to explain it a different way outside of your professor. Or you just may need, I don't know what you need, but you know you need something. So definitely try different study tips and strategies until something works. You know, unfortunately, it's a trial and error. It's not a one size fits all, which is totally fine because it allows you the opportunity to explore yourself and how you best learn. So I hope this video helps. If it did, please go ahead and smash that like button and share this video with somebody else. If there's a study tip or strategy that I failed to mention, please share it in the comments because we all want to learn from each other. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell. That way you don't miss another video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope and pray that you have a really blessed day. And if no one else told you, I believe in you and everything that you can do because you got this. Bye.